Time is 5:39 p.m. And here we have a view of the second Scientology parking lot. Looks like they're using it, because from here it appears that they set the nearest parking lot to org with Winter Wonderland, which is scheduled to begin on Friday afternoon. So there we get another view of the second Scientology parking lot. You can see Charlie's car there and Michael's white car with the bumper damage. All right, so taking a look at the Winter Wonderland setup. Looks like they have the buildings there. Walking past the Winter Wonderland setups. Setup still in progress. And here we are approaching the org. So we have a little bit of evening traffic here. Okay, slow traffic, so we're going to cross against the light. We have L. Ron Hubbard's office, globe of TGA, L. Ron Hubbard tribute wall. And we have some kind of New Year's event. Here we have the Dianetics wall. They have not noticed me yet. They have not activated the shade tech yet. So, local time is 5:43 p.m. Still day org time. They have not activated the hiding tech. I think she may have just noticed me. No. There she did. And someone's going in the org. They'll let them know. Still wanting staff. So you'd think that 5 years since they went ideal. And oh, she's going to hide her face from the nasty SP. I thought I was going to get a chance to wave at her. Well, so a couple of changes since the last time I was here. The way to happiness sayings that they've chalked on the sidewalk have disappeared. They don't have books in the walls. Okay. Hi, Fuzzy. Let's see. Get my chat. Come up. Hi, Scooter Mom. Hi, Nolo. Yep, shade tech. Well, at night, none of their shade tech is really effective. It does blur things up a little bit, but you can still read their poster or their, well, they didn't pull this shade. We'll have to give them a flunk on activating shade tech. So we'll check on their activation of hiding tech on. Yep, they have not activated the hiding tech. Here lately they've been putting paper on that inner door. Do this. Let's see. This is the stairwell. And all the way through you can see the refrigerator that they took all morning to pull in. Howdy.
How are you?
Doing okay.
Beautiful weather, huh?
Yep. Gonna change a little bit tomorrow. So, we got people setting up the Winter Wonderland. They're setting up the fence. All right, we're about to get our light to cross the street. And here it is. All right, so we'll take a look and see what it looks like so far. see, that over there is some kind of stage, or they may have some musical events. So let's see, let's zoom back out. Oops, excuse me. Okay. 5:50 p.m. So, looking down the street, see if we have any Scientologists coming in for foundation. Excuse me. Okay, waiting to cross back over the street. So those of you who've just joined us, here's the first Scientology parking lot where they're setting up Wonderland, which is going to be open on Friday afternoon. It is just before 6 o'clock here in the Central Time Zone. So the Foundation org will be taking over in a few minutes. Okay, let's see if I recognize any of these cars in front of the org. Not particularly. Maybe that red car I've seen, that red Jeep I've seen before. Is it a Jeep? Yep, it's a Jeep. Okay, got 5:53, a few more minutes before Foundation org takes over. So I should be officially on both the orgs and Foundation org stats in a few minutes for this week. So we got a Sea Org member coming in. So we got a female Sea Org member that went in here. We didn't take a look down in the alley yet. That guy was the Sea Org member who drives the white car with bumper damage. And I don't know why he came from this direction. Still haven't activated this shade tech. And being after dark, we can see through the gauzy curtains into L. Ron Hubbard's office. And let's see. I don't know if you can see it through in the mirror. Yeah, right there is the globe of TGAC. Going around to this side, you can see the globe of TGAC there and L. Ron Hubbard's desk. And come over here and see if they've activated. Yep, they have activated the hiding tech on the inner door, which is paper taped up inside the window so that you can't see through to the reception desk. Okay. Lifestyle audit. Hi, Cubs champion. ID. Let's see. And Lori Murray. Hello. I think you're new. I don't recall seeing you before. In any case, welcome. So over there, workers are busy on setting up the Winter Wonderland. Right now they're setting up the fence around it. Okay. So since they've taken over this first parking lot with Winter Wonderland, the Scientologists have to all park in the second parking lot further down the street. And I'm not seeing a horde of Scientologists coming up the street to go into the org. So, that's why I call this the Kansas City Class 5 Idle Morgue. And I like it that way. And female Sea Org member just came out. Across the street back over to the Winter Wonderland project. have somebody parking in front of the org. Are they a Scientologist? Could be. Oh, okay, not a Scientologist, or a very sneaky Scientologist. Oh, he's going to pay. So probably not a Scientologist. No, looks like a Scientologist. Yep, just got a staff member come out. Day org staff member. Second day org staff member. Yep. Okay, well, at least they aren't Scientologists. And there we have a foundation's org staff member arriving in that Mercedes. He's late because it's 6 o'clock. Okay. Day org staff is leaving. And that couple must have come out of the org. They're stuck behind me. Okay, time. It's a few minutes after 6. So the crew is hard at work over there, setting up the Wonderland to be open on Friday afternoon. And off in the distance, perhaps you hear the helicopter flying, probably the pattern for the downtown airport. So it looks like they got the fence erected around the part of the Winter Wonderland. Yep, looks like we had a Scientologist sneak out behind me. And she's walking on down the sidewalk past the Winter Wonderland to the second parking lot, which the Scientologists don't normally use, but obviously they have to now since they've been displaced by the Winter Wonderland. Yep, we've got a couple of Scientologists came out of the org. So I wonder what they're up to. So somebody poked their head out looking for SPs. I wonder if we'll see him coming out the Grand Street entrance, or if he's going to clamber down the multiple steps into the alley. There's a school bus. I guess it's going to pick those women up and take them somewhere. And we had another Scientologist come out. Or maybe their decision not to pull the shade here is deliberate. So I got a good view of the LRH tribute wall. So I am awed by his awesomeness. Yeah. Yep, got somebody here. Looking across the street. Sorry about not keeping the gimbal level. Figured this one out. And there's my bus. I got this. Don't think those are not Scientologists there. Or maybe they snuck out the alley door and walked up. But probably not Scientologists. Yep. And there we have one of the ATVers. And another ATVer showing off their wheelies. Okay, time check, 14 after 6. Have not seen a lot of day org staff come out, but they could be sticking around to do courses. So maybe that's what the orgs do. Hold training for each other courses and training and sessions. Okay, don't see any activity across the street at the Winter Wonderland. Are they inside the buildings there? Is that a Santa dummy that I see inside that building? Hi, Joe. Kathy, Corn Freak. Thanks for the light. Yep, the Winter Wonderland is scheduled to start Friday afternoon. But Friday is forecast to be a little bit on the chilly side, so we may not have too much traffic. And there's Osa Matt. Get a time check. 6:17. No wheelies. So, Osa may have an apartment somewhere downtown, because I usually see him heading off in that direction. But I suspect his apartment is not in the 1 light, 2 light, or 3 light modern apartments that have just been built in the last couple, 3 years. There's somebody coming from the alley. That must be the guy I saw smoking. Oops. Get my gimbal leveled up. Oh, that's Deshaun. That's not the guy I saw smoking, I don't think. Probably just parked now. Deshaun is foundation staff. So he's here after 6 o'clock. Good night. So it looks like he at least is heading down to the second Scientology parking lot. And that kid is going into the Winter Wonderland. Sorry about that. So we're at 6:21. Okay, all quiet out here outside the Kansas City Class 5 idle morgue. I think I've seen more people leaving than arriving. And the ones who are arriving seem to be Foundation staff. Several people over there in the Winter Wonderland parking lot. So let me take advantage of this shade being up to get a clearer view of the mezzanine. Don't see too much activity up on the mezzanine. And we had somebody come out. And he's going back in. Did he forget something? So, well, this is the guy who can't, whoop. Okay, here comes the shade. And there we have another Foundation staff member. He's the one I call Glenn Glaringman. He goes out with Desiree to different marketing events. And while I wasn't paying attention, we had Jim McGee parked. Is that Jim? No, he's moving too fast. That must be free date. All right, so I guess I'm not meant to suffer from LRH's awesomeness. Talking about the drones in New Jersey. Yep, that's Mary Huss. Yep, and there we have a Foundation org staff member. Seen her coming in. The org staff member leaving. Okay. Let's take another look down the alley. See if anything's going on there. And there's Mr. Friedane's Mercedes. He has one license plate but multiple vehicles. And he switches it back and forth between them. Okay. That's probably a day org staff member leaving. Okay. Back to nothing going on out here outside the Kansas City Class 5 idle morgue. And it's interesting that you can see the reflection of their sign on top of the building. I don't know, you can't read it, but they have misspelled the word cult. Same way that they've misspelled it in the sign over the door. For some reason they want to spell cult as C-H-U-R-C-H. So only the two of the letters are proper. Okay. Okay, somebody may see someone coming out the Grand Street entrance there. Trying to see if I don't recognize him. But he's looking back at me, so he may be a Scientologist. But he is walking north. I don't recognize him as a Sea Org member, so. Somebody trying to figure out what I'm doing. Showing the non-activity outside the Kansas City Class 5 idle morgue is what I'm doing. 6:32. Oh, and there we have some ATVers coming down the street. Let's see if he shows a wheelie. Nope. They're going to behave themselves for the moment. So I think the ATVers are kind of charming, although people that live around here don't share that opinion. And one time I was driving down one of the streets here around here, and this ATV at night, an ATVer came up in the lane next to me with his lights off in the opposite direction. And I actually had right of way. I could have pulled over into that lane to make a left-hand turn. And it wouldn't have been quite so charming if we'd had a collision. Okay, we did have somebody come out. She's a public. We often see her arriving by Uber. And she's probably going to be waiting for an Uber to pick her up. So, looks like somebody has snuck out of the org while I wasn't watching the front. Yeah. Glenn must have forgotten something out in his car. Maybe he's going to pull around front so Desiree can load it up. Well, he's backing the car up. So, where is Glenn going? South on Grand. Probably going to see him again here in a moment. So it looks like that SUV parked in front of the org is about to leave. Open up a prime spot for Glenn to park and Desiree to load up his car. Okay, while we're waiting for something to happen, let's see. Right on toes. Yep, fastest growing religion is not very busy. Yep, that's true. One of the OT members told me that he thinks that there are 7 million Scientologists in the world. And I'm going to point out that with the 150 orgs, there'd have to be quite a few members per organ. What about all the missions? And then he dashed off. Well, in the Midwest area covered by this org, there's only one mission that I'm aware of, the one in Wichita. So if there were 7 million Scientologists in the world, you'd think half of them would be in the U.S., which is about 3.5 million, which would mean 1 in 100 people would be a Scientologist. And since Kansas City has over 2 million people in the metropolitan area here, you'd think there would be 20,000 people crammed inside this building here. Not so. This building should be busting at the seams if there were that many Scientologists.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. How are you? Young non-Scientology family passing behind me, and the kids want to say hi, so I'll say hi back. Fortunately, they're continuing on up the street, up Grand Street. So I don't see that public, so maybe the Uber came and picked her up. Or maybe she's hiding in the alley. Looks like a Scientologist may have snuck out of the org while I wasn't watching. So is this some kind of a jogging club? So let's take a peek down at the alley. Perhaps Glenn Glaring Man is using the alley to load up the car. But tomorrow's Wednesday, so you wouldn't expect him to. We wouldn't expect there to be any events. Yeah, there's the guy that pulled the shades on me. Protect me from the awesomeness of LRH. Over here, take a look through the gauze curtain. This is the Dianetics wall. And here's their wall for the DirecTV network. Didn't think they were Scientologists at first, but obviously they are. They went on in. All right, time check, 6:45. So I haven't seen Glenn Glaringman come back. I wonder where he went. Must have forgotten something at home. And the wind is picking up a little bit. Yep, there's the guy who closed the shades on me.
Kind of smashed. Thank you. You welcome.
So there we have Al Adriance, who's one of the whales of the org with Deshaun and some other guy I don't know. Looks like they're headed out to the Winter Wonderland, maybe. So let's see what we got. Got some sort of a truck parked there. That guy that came out is in that SUV across the street. So this truck has some kind of cargo on the back. So I doubt it's a Scientologist. But it might be. And there's Mr. Free Date heading back to one of his vehicles that he puts the Free Date license plate tag on. And there's one of the day org staff members heading out. Did I see him leave earlier? Well, Mr. Free Date, and that goes the guy with that truck, so maybe he is a Scientologist bringing something for Winter Wonderland. And we had a car just pull up. So doing something with the engine. I wonder what's going on. And that's Claudia, the nanny. Which means they may be having kids here.
Dad, you think I can't?
Well, see. That may be a Scientologist across the street trying to sneak. Another Scientologist showed up from somewhere. We walk down to the Grand Street side and see if anything's going on there. Taking a look in LRH's office. He still has not returned. So, like that staff member who left a while back, may have parked his car in the front. That's a closer look. That may be junk for the Winter Wonderland on the back of the truck. Mr. Freedate heading for home, maybe. 6:54 p.m. Well, he's driving down the alley. He's driving down the alley behind the bank. First alley to the west of the ward. All right, 6:55 in the evening. So, let's see what I want behind me. Down the board. Nope, I'm going to walk on past. Very good. So we're going to take advantage of the green light across Grand Street. Even though I did not press the walk signal. And we made it across. So they got a bit of work to do yet, but I think they got the building set up, fence almost set up. Well, still working on setting up. Walk a little bit further down so we have an unobstructed view of that work crew. Al Adriance, Sean, they're both on foundation work staff. Al going back across the street. Okay, is that Mr. Freed 8 pulling out of the alley? It may be. So what was that little trip through the alleys all about? So here it is, 7 o'clock. Have not seen hordes of people coming in for coursework on the foundation work. Going to take them quite a while to make the Midwest clear at this rate. So it doesn't look like the people are really working that hard. about an hour ago they were working on just placing part of the fence. Now they're working on doing another part of the fence. Maybe they will be ready Friday afternoon to open up Winter Wonderland to the public. Mr. Freedate going back in the org. Looks like it. Okay. So, my visit, we've established that not many public Scientologists are showing up for courses on the foundation. Unless they're really dedicated and came in well before I arrived at about 5:40. And Winter Wonderland is in the process of being set up. So let me look at the chat right quick to see if there's yep. Looking like people are turning in, and I think I'm going to call it an evening myself. We'll see if Zenas wants to come out on Thursday. Been kind of cold the last couple of weeks. But anyway, I'm going to bid you all a good evening.